Council.
We are the home of green and gold off-season coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI-HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Do you know where you will be tonight? In the 6 o'clock hour, and likely for the next 3 hours after that. It better be at AmFam Field, or it better be in front of a television or a radio, taking in the Milwaukee Brewers, who welcome those Los Angeles Dodgers to Milwaukee tonight for a 3-game series. This is big. I know we talked about how big was the Cubs series. You're laughing at me.
You can't help yourself.
I love
it.
it.
You just can't help. This is big.
Big
No,
series. Yes, it is
not
a big series.
You can't have a big series in May.
Oh, you and that stupid decision
You can't.
When do big series start, Gabe?
I don't know, September.
So you don't. So everything else is just meh.
Well,
Every
you're just
other
trying to
series
win.
throughout the year is just average at best.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Terrible way to
Can
baseball.
both of you guys be wrong here? I think, Jen, you get big series drunk, and I think, Gabe, you don't get excited enough when there is entertaining series.
Well, no, it's an
I
entertaining
think
series.
there's a happier middle here that we should probably find as a group.
Wait a
Because
minute. I didn't say this is the biggest series of the Brewers' existence. Whoa. See?
my bad.
Even the radio board gremlin.
Despop.
I'm not saying like it's do or die. It's a big series, man. This is when
All right.
good teams come into town. I think the fans should do everything they can to create a home field environment, to get there, to be loud, to be raucous, to back their team, and that's why it's big.
I'm going to do something here, Gabe, and this is going to be exercise for us all.
All right.
I'm going to make the cross-sport comparison.
Oh, dear
So-
Lord. Chewy's not here, so someone has to.
But I think it's informative because when Jen says big series, I want to know what she would place it as in terms of who the Packers would play during the season versus where you would put it, and we can kind of find – because there's a chance you guys think it's equal level of importance, but her saying big series makes you – kind of go back because
Cringe.
it's still so
He cringes.
Yes.
He cringes every time.
I was trying to be nice. Because it like,
So I will say this is like when the Packers opened up the season against the Eagles.
okay.
Sure, it's a big game. It's a marquee opponent, but like, if you lose, it's not a big deal.
Uh-oh. You're
Can't
getting a
be
side eye.
can't be an opening of the season when you've already got a month plus under. It can't, right? If it were the first series or the first couple of series, I'd be like, okay, good comp. But we've got proof of life. We've got proof of concept from the Brewers already. So we at least got to be, I don't know, quarter of the way through the season.
So we're
and yes,
playing the Eagles at the end of September?
it has to be I mean, obviously they're in the NFC. It has to be a team in the NFC. So yeah. And
Why
a
don't
team,
we pull up our 2026 schedules and find
and a
comp?
team that has been, I wouldn't say a thorn in your side, but yeah, a team that you are consistently playing. You know who it is? You know who it is? It's the Niners. It's all those years when the Packers would face the Niners, and then they'd get to them in the postseason, and the Niners had their number.
The old measuring stick game.
Yeah, but like, again, we already know that because baseball regular season is so different than a football regular season because there's only 17 of them. And I feel like you can glean information from, when you're playing that opponent, regardless of when you play them. But again, like so much is going to change if the Brewers play the Dodgers again in the postseason, as we saw last year. So much is going to change between a series that happens in late May and a series that's going to happen in the middle of October. Like, you're not gleaning information from this. This isn't, because as we saw last year, Brewers took 6 from the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers are coming to town. I'm not saying don't be excited, but Like, if they lose 2 out of 3 games, like, season's over.
No one's saying that.
Can't compete with the Dodgers. It's not a big deal if they lose 2 out of these 3 games.
There's never a moment where I'm going to sit here and go, oh, you should be catatonic if the Brewers get swept by the Dodgers.
So if the Brewers get swept, it's a big series.
It's a big series because
so if they
it's
get
a
swept, what happens?
top-tier opponent coming into AmFam Field. It's an opportunity for the fans to get out there and enjoy some high-quality baseball. It's a big series. So I'm not saying it's make or break.
But what happens if they lose?
Here's the thing, Gabe.
Okay.
You're not going to get into a nuance off with me.
Well, but
my vocab is deep, okay?
What happens if they lose? Is it a big deal?
No. I guess
Then it can't be a big series.
Time out. I spoke too soon. It depends on how they lose.
Even then. Because, again, I keep thinking of when the show after us on Wilde and Tausch, when both Tausch and Jesse wanted to give up on the Brewers a couple of years ago because they either got swept or lost 2 out of 3 to the A's.
Yeah, that's
was a
ridiculous.
sweep.
It was a sweep, and the A's were the worst team in baseball at that point. These things in baseball happen. It's part of the ebbs and flows of the season. Again, go get the hat that I'm wearing. That's the giveaway tomorrow. It's a sweet hat. Love the hat. Red, white, and blue Memorial Day type hat. Go get that hat. First 25,000 people tomorrow at the ballpark. Enjoy it. But I just don't think big series can exist if it's not really impacting the overall.
But then again, I'm going to keep pointing at this then. Then no series can be big.
Until we get to later in the season.
I disagree with that, man. Again, how can you be ambivalent? How can you sort of sleepwalk your way through 3/4 of the season just because it's in a month that doesn't start with September? I guess that is the entire month. Month that starts with S probably would have been a better way to say that. But a month that starts with September, I think I drove my point home. Right? That's the problem with the way that you are you're structuring this is until the end of the season when we're really, scoreboard watching, it can't be a big series. And I disagree with that. I think that is a unappealing way to go through a baseball season. In fact, I would argue that there is a mundaneness to the everyday of baseball that you can combat with the big, quote-unquote, series that come to town. And I think that this is what this is. Again, you got Shohei Ohtani coming to town. We know what that pitching staff did, and I know you mentioned that they're a little banged up. They're not at full strength, but we know what that pitching staff was able to do to the Brewers the last time they saw them. I want to see how this lineup with Jake Bauers and Jackson Chourio and all of the pieces that they've kind of tinkered with a little bit stacks up against this pitching staff this week. I want to see how our pitchers, not named Jacob Mizorowski, not named Harrison, are able to go out there and shut down those bats. I'm excited about the Dodgers series at AmFam Field. We already put it on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube stream, Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. Is this weekend's Brewers-Dodgers series at American Family Field a, quote, big series? I wonder what ticket sales are. Would ticket sales be a fair metric of whether or not fans consider it a quote-unquote big series?
Not really, because they play at home on Memorial Day, right? And they're playing the Cardinals, and usually that's going to be a more marquee series because it's a divisional opponent. But I feel if you're playing at home, no matter who you're playing, they could be playing the Marlins on Memorial Day or the 4th of July. Holidays are always in holiday weekends. People are going to go to the ballpark. That's just a part of the deal. But yeah, when you have a marquee opponent in town, when the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Cubs come to town, yeah, people go to the ballpark more. But again, it's just not a...
Why do they go to the ballpark?
They want to see those teams, but it's not,
big series.
But if it doesn't mean anything ultimately...
But none of them singularly mean anything.
Correct. That's why you can't have the big series until later in the year.
You can't have that attitude towards baseball. The season is too long. If you're sitting here going, meh, 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 all the way through until you reach September, what a terrible way to enjoy the baseball season.
I feel like I'm the one who enjoys the baseball season the most here, so I don't know if I don't know
if
that's
about that. I'm riding pretty high.
You a couple of years ago, you're like, oh, I forgot the Brewers were playing. Come on.
A couple of years ago, it's not the same as today, man.
I'm just am I excited to see them play the Dodgers? Yeah, that's exciting, but games can only be big when the outcomes truly mean something.
I think this is important. I think you just said something. It's exciting, but it's not big.
Yeah.
So I need your tiers.
Yeah.
Give me some tiers. How many should we limit it to, Joshy?
4 or 5?
5, 6? You already gave us 2. You got exciting and you got big, and so those got to be slotted in there somewhere. What else we got?
So big, exciting. What do you? The middle is probably just what, meh?
But is there something bigger than big? Is it crucial? This is a crucial series.
Must wins.
It's a must-win
Okay, so
series.
must win would be above big.
Yeah.
All right, and I feel like those rarely. I mean, the Brewers, at least the last couple of years, those have rarely appeared,
Yeah,
even
by
in
your
September.
standard, there's no such thing as a must-win series unless it's the last
Game
week of the
163.
season. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're
Like that
being-
doesn't
we're starting
really
to
appear
figure this
too
out
much.
here, haven't we?
Hasn't really appeared too much. Okay, we'll go must win is above big. Then we'll go exciting, meh.
Should we
It'd
just
be
say?
tough to go below, man.
Yeah, it's tough to go
Should
below.
we go just a good series or?
Yeah, like when the Pirates come to town, because the Pirate, like if Skeens is pitching,
That's a
Right.
good
Like-
game. That's not a good series.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but you got to figure something out. That's a good series.
There's got to be middle between meh
and exciting, yes.
right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is.
I don't think you can get higher than meh
Solid?
for a series.
Solid series.
Like the
Get lower, you mean?
I don't think you get lower than meh.
Yeah.
It would be like it's happening.
You're right. It's there.
A
I'll watch
series
it.
is occurring would be lower than meh.
There was-
Maybe.
There's a lot of those in the early 2000s. Oh, the Rockies are coming to town. It's happening. There's baseball.
I'm
at the
having a hard
ballpark.
time finding an adequate word for that middle of like this is important, but I'm not going to get too up or down based on the results. And meh is not strong enough.
Yeah.
Meh is whatever happens. It's the Nationals. I'm not
Ambivalence.
gonna
Meh
right.
is ambivalent.
Right.
Like San Francisco coming to town, just kick off June. Yeah.
I might find a way
I
to
like
go.
baseball. I'll probably go to
I
games.
was gonna say I'll watch it because they're likely to win.
Yeah. But, like, I'm watching all the time anyway. We already did the homecoming for Willie last year, so I don't know. Like,
I think
I don't know what the excitement level there is.
I think we discovered the disconnect here. Gabe has a hard time finding anything above meh during the regular season, and we think there should probably be some added tiers to there.
Yeah, again, because I love the game, right? So
Right.
I'm watching. Well, I'll be honest. I've got a wedding this weekend, so I don't know if I'll be watching Saturday. But like, I mean, I love them and I love watching these games. But like the outcomes, again, as long as you keep winning, it's not that big of a deal if you lose. You just want to keep stacking.
So-
To steal the cross-sport reference, you want to keep stacking success.
So the division just inherently has to matter more.
It matters a little bit more, especially now that they've gone
Right.
to like this balanced schedule. You're not playing 17 games; you're playing lesser games. Against
Right.
those
So
teams.
how would we define those series?
I mean, it's more important for the Brewers to take 2 of 3 from
those are
St. Louis
important?
than it is to take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers.
Yes.
I think the Dodgers is in a class of its own, though, because they are the defending champs, because they are the team the Brewers will likely have to go through. And again, not saying that they won't have to go through the Cardinals at some point. That certainly could be a situation we find ourselves in at the end of the season. But I think we all are locked into the idea that the Dodgers are going to be in the postseason yet again, and for no other reason than their payroll.
But part of the problem for the Dodgers is they actually sleepwalk through the regular season. They just don't care.
yeah, but that is not a luxury the Brewers have.
Oh, I understand. 100%. But it's if the other team doesn't really care, can it be a big series? That's also a part of it. Like Brewers Cubs being bigger because obviously the Cubs care, right? Obviously the Cubs, they didn't want to get swept. They're trying to fend off the Brewers. Like that's a bigger series to me than this Dodgers one is. Because I don't know how many people know who, Jake Robleski is, who's starting tonight for the Dodgers.
I think the problem is, again, as you mentioned, Joshy, he's got tiers. I think we found 4 of them, even though we're trying to get to 6. And I think I've got 2. There are series and there are big series. And for me, Dodgers is elevated to a big series given their history, given the 2 teams' history together, given the superstar power that they're bringing into town, and given that I want to see how this Brewers team stacks up against them. So there's a distinction there, right? Instead of me being able to say, well, it's a 5 out of 10, it's a 7 out of 10, it's a 10 out of 10, I'm telling you it's either a series or it's a big series, and I think the Dodgers is a big series this week.
But as we learned last year, they stacked up against the Dodgers in the regular season. The postseason's a different animal. And they took all 6 from the Dodgers last year.
Which is why later in the show, we're going to get to our tinker session. Where we're going to tinker. We're going to tinker with the
tinker
Brewers.
session.
We're going to tinker with them a little bit because they're very good, right? But how can we make them a little bit better? How can we get a few more wins out of this Brewers team? What needs to be done? We're going to do that as the show rolls on, so stick around for that. If it has the energy of this segment, it's going to be a doozy. Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talking text line this morning. Mitch in the 920 says, I'm with Jen. This Brewers team is so fun. It's big. big. The Brewers are in a pennant race from game 1 all the way to 162. That from Jerry in the 414. He says every game, every series matters. Jen is right. Justin in Jacksonville says it's a week 7 to 8 NFL game. Yeah, it's a big game, but at the same time, you can't get too excited because you know it won't matter unless you beat this team again in the playoffs. That is simply on the Carbless Talk and Text line. Let's kick over to the YouTube stream where people are weighing in as well. Jen already nailed it. It's how they win or lose that matters. And then someone said it's a big series because Ohtani is playing in it. That from Anderson. Lots of reaction.
Every series Ohtani plays in is a big series?
Maybe from a fan perspective. I mean, the opportunity to see Ohtani play. Jalen says, dear Lord, just go to a game and enjoy being there.
No, that's what I do. That's what I do. I go to a lot of games, and I love being there.
Every game is huge for a kid that goes to a game. Think like that. Don't be a party killer like Gabe.
I mean, that's different.
Yeah, did I at any point did I say, hey, kids, sit on your hands when you go to the game? Like,
well,
no.
I mean, you have an apt... when you take your niece, do you say, hey, quit getting so excited for that home run?
Yeah. I've got
Sit
somebody
down.
Pipe down over there. This isn't a big series.
got a lot of pictures of her looking at the fireworks that go off after the home run. She loves the dingers.
Josh being critical, he says, baseball games don't count until Gabe says they count. LOL, LOL.
Again, they all count, but it's just, again, throughout the course of a season, you're going to have your highs and you're going to have your lows, and if the Brewers lose 2 out of 3, it's probably not going to matter that much in the end. Like you win 60, you lose 60 is kind of the way a lot of teams look at it. That's just the way baseball goes. You're going to lose 60 games, you're going to win 60 games. What do you do in the other 40 is really, or 42, that's really going to separate you from everybody. So it's just, baseball is just so much in the margins that it is living and dying with every game.
Which is why our Tinker session is going to be really valuable because, again, we know that this is a good team. There's no question that this is a team that will be competing at the end of the year. What do they need to do to take that next step, right? Instead of being a nice little story, an upstart team, the team that, the National League Central runs through, how do we get to World Series? We're going to try to tinker with the roster, tinker with some of the spots, and figure out how we can get them a few more runs, a few more wins as the season goes on. We got to get to Jason Wilde. He's coming up next. We also have Craig Carmison, and we're going to hear from someone from the Milwaukee Brewers this morning, give you a little preview of what's going on at the ballpark out at AmFam Field this Memorial Day weekend. Stick around.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At the Wisconsin Country Club, get a championship-level golf experience right here in Milwaukee with nearly a century of tradition behind it. But what really sets apart Wisconsin Country Club, and as a member, I love the golf. I love the practice area, the golf course, the events that we have. But we also have a lot of great things beyond the course. Pool days. Pools open up this weekend. Tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining with our chef that's really just setting us apart. And programs your kids are actually going to look forward to this summer. It's not a pieced-together lifestyle. It's all in one place. The Wisconsin Country Club. It's a better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule a private tour today. Mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking pretty good right now. Light volume around the area, and we do have a couple of areas of backups. Westbound 94 right through the stadium interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard, and then northbound on 41 basically between North Avenue and Burleigh. The rest of the system is still looking pretty good, so not complaining here. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning sprinkles, then partly sunny skies, a high of 60. Tonight, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and reboard and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
The Friday edition of Jason Wilde begins right now. Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
I'm good, everybody. How are you?
Good. We have a NFL comp question for you. So we were just discussing whether or not the series against the Dodgers, Brewers-Dodgers, AmFam Field this weekend, be there, is a big series. And one of the ways we were trying to figure that out was, who is the equivalent of this opponent in the NFL for the Packers? I did throw out the Niners because it felt like for all those years, Packers might play the Niners in the regular season. It's not a division opponent, but it's a conference opponent. And then they would see them in the postseason and have a tough time with them. Is there a comp you can think of in the NFL for the Packers to how this Dodgers series you feel should be evaluated, should be looked at?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll go with that one. So how do we view, like, they swept the Dodgers in the regular season last year. Is that not the case?
That is correct.
Yep.
6-0 in the regular season against the Dodgers.
And did most of their good players not play, or?
Well, a lot of the pitching was injured for the Dodgers throughout the course of the regular season last year. So kind of like now, guys like Tyler Glasnow, Blake Snell, not pitching in this series because they are out right now for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a game. Like the Packers did have that 49ers game several years ago when they finally beat them, where the 49ers had most of their good players out. So I think it might be the perfect comp, actually, because does anyone care that they swept the regular season series? Like, nobody does, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody. Because the other problem, and I run into this when I try to do this with the NFL versus other sports or players versus players, is that with 17 games versus 162 or 82 in the NBA. I always struggle to be accurate in my comps, but this is a pretty good one. I thought maybe Seattle at first, but no, I think the 49ers are exactly the right one.
Kind of a thorn in the side. Were you planning on having Joe Thomas on your show yesterday, or did that arise because of your appearance on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy yesterday?
Yeah, first of all, I don't know who it was. I got to look on my Twitter feed, which is just a even now there's just so many jerks out there. But I actually got some positive feedback from my appearance yesterday when I acknowledged that I didn't know Jack on your program, which was pretty awesome. Kevin Dugan. Jason Wilde just joined Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and got informed. Love your humility. That was a great spot. Yeah, and I love your tweet, Kevin. As opposed to this guy that's always aggressive every time he tweets me. But, yeah, it 100% did. I had no idea that there was a picture floating around of him in Packers gear. I think Chewy's take kind of maybe took a couple of hits because it is apparently pretty commonplace that if you go into a NFL team's facility, they essentially issue you your clothing for the day. And then Joe really crushed Chewy's take, because then what Joe did, because he is not in fact a Packers fan per se, he then had a Easter Seals related event after that and took the stuff that he had worn and gave it to some farmers and some other folks as a gift. So that did not age well, as it turned out. But yes, after being informed on this incredibly successful program, to which I added very little yesterday, I did text him and said, "Hey, I was just with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We're talking about this. Can you squeeze us in today?" And of course, the great thing about Joe is not only is he one of the greatest of all time, but he's also a great dude who is not going to miss the chance to promote his Hall of Fame beef either.
Smart businessman.
But when he joins, he's got this room in his and Annie's house where he has like a replica of his Hall of Fame bust behind him, and it's like, okay, I mean, talk about a flex, right? Like, I've got like my Robin Yount bobblehead behind me, and he's got himself.
So, what did Joe learn from his time in Green Bay? Did he pick up anything that you guys learned yesterday on the show?
So I don't know. I know I was in a text chain with Joshy.
I have it.
I thought his. Okay, thank you.
Text chain?
An iMessage group text.
Jason always has to be specific. Yeah,
that's me. That's
I didn't talk to him. I texted him.
But there's a difference between iMessage and text.
Really?
At least in Jason.
Right.
Jason's done that for years.
I didn't know
in
that.
his stories. Yes, where he has noted that if he was texting with a player, he will note if it's a messaging. Yeah.
Oh, he's just trying to shout out people who have iPhones. I get it.
I just want to be accurate.
Let's everybody know who the unwashed are. What do you have, Josh? You got some sound?
Yes, I have some sound
here. Thank you for throwing to that. I was trying to get there.
But no, I will say Jordan Morgan, he's a great athlete. He's got exceptional footwork. He's powerful. I mean, I was sitting there waiting to give him a bunch of tips about things that I thought he could do a better job of. We watched film that morning. And I said to him, honestly, buddy, there's a couple little things that I would do differently if it was me, but that's more specific to just how I played. And it's not like it's better or worse than what you're doing. And so we talked about a few things in general, but overall, I really was impressed with how he moved, the fastidiousness with which he approached his craft. I thought that everything I saw on the field was just impressive with where he placed his hands. Now, it was on a bag, granted, but I thought that he was just doing a really good job with that footwork, that technique, that hand placement, just the focus that he was playing with, how quick he was moving, getting up to the second level on his combination block. So I'm really hopeful for you guys. I'm not a huge Packer fan. I cheer for them as long as they're not playing against the Brownies. But I think that the offensive line is going to be one of their strengths this year. I think they really run that outside zone really, really well. Obviously, that's the core to what they're doing on offense. And it seems like Josh Jacobs is starting to understand how to run behind these guys with the outside zone. He's typically more of like a power back with the pin pulls and the powers and the crack G's and stuff. But I think the outside zone is going to be something that they're going to be featuring with Josh, and he's going to be pretty comfortable running behind that line this year.
That is enormous.
Whew.
That is what an endorsement.
Well, not only that, there's a lot in there, right?
There's so much in there.
I love how he segues from all the positive things he says about Jordan Morgan. And look, I am not here to undercut a guy in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but during the course of that conversation, he also does say that they were doing like 11-on-11 stuff at walkthrough speed, and the offensive linemen were blocking managers with bags. So we do have to make sure that we at least acknowledge that it wasn't full speed or against other NFL players. But the part about him sitting and watching film with him, that's all awesome. On top of that, I don't know about you, but again, I don't know how much Joe knows about their plans. But that stuff about the outside zone and Josh Jacobs is that's like ice cream on top of ice cream cake.
I mean, Jason, to me, I hear that and go, okay, I'm adding that to the list of back to year one stuff.
Yeah.
That's
and I love the fact that, and we've talked about this many times over the years, but I love the fact that on the one hand, Matt LaFleur wants to tailor things to what his guys do best and are most comfortable with, right? I mean, we're talking about how Hafley did that so much, and we're talking about how Jonathan Gannon, everything's predicated on. And we had Leroy Butler on earlier in the week talking about how that's how Fritz Schirmer operated back in the day a lot as well. So that's great. But on the flip side, you and I have argued, well, not argued because we agree, unlike on Jaden Reed, but we've talked about the fact that, look, it doesn't really matter that your running back doesn't prefer the outside zone scheme. Everything you do from a play action standpoint comes off of that. You got to do it more. And it sounds like, based on Joe's, one day parachuting into phase 2 of the offseason program, that's what he saw.
You mentioned bobblehead earlier as far as what is in the background of your stream. I'm over here bobbleheading, just nodding along to everything that you were saying, because that was my interpretation of it as well. Although I will admit, I didn't know what a crack G was. I had to Google crack G. You know what a crack G is? Do you know what a crack G is?
I mean, I'm assuming it's a guard who's doing a crackback
That's
block.
exactly what it is. Yes, but I had to look it up.
I would assume I had not heard the term. But
thank you. Neither had I. So I was like, I better Google that. But yes, that's exactly what it is. So Jason, now we're seeing these. I don't ever know what to call them. They're not really reports. They're rumors, or they are just fodder on social media. But Darren Waller's name is now coming up as somebody the Packers might be potentially interested in. And once again, just like the conversation we had about Zaire Franklin the other day when we were saying, he said the Packers had been interested in him for a while, trying to pursue him and get him many times. I believe we have talked about Darren Waller as somebody the Packers have been interested at times, maybe even as recently as 2022. But he's older now. That was my first initial reaction. I was like, how old is Darren Waller? So what do you think of a Jordan Love, Darren Waller pairing?
Yeah, well, first of all, phenomenal point on the history. I mean, they had a deal for him at the trade deadline a few years ago, from what I was told, and then the Raiders chickened out, if you will. It wasn't to the degree of one of my favorite all-time stories of the Chiefs 5 minutes before the deadline saying after they'd agreed on a third-round pick for Tony Gonzalez that it had to be a second-round pick. And then the best part was Tony Gonzalez later that day or the next day at practice talking to the Chiefs beat writers saying, yeah, I thought I was a Packer. I was told I was being traded. But that's one of those that it could be just off-season fodder, but it's so much easier to connect the dots, and it still may never happen, right? I mean, he's had kind of a mercurial run since the Packers tried to trade for him, right? I mean, things kind of went to hell in Vegas. Did he not have a domestic issue with
Plum?
Yeah.
WNBA player Casey Plum,
Kelsey
right?
Plum,
and then Kelsey Plum, and then he retired for a year, and then he went to Miami and kind of had a rebirth, right? And so I like that. There's some there. There's also some issues there, but then on top of all that, we were just talking about this the other day. Like, their tight end options aren't great, right? I mean, yeah, everybody loves Tucker Kraft. We think he's going to be one of the best in the business. But, like, I keep going back to this, and I'm not picking on Luke Musgrave, but my God, like, Tucker Kraft goes down, and they're playing the other two dudes more than they're playing you. And you're the second-round pick. So, again, I don't know what a contract would look like. I don't know what his role would look like. But that's a position where they need help. So it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, but I guess it doesn't make sense to me, Jason, because he doesn't really do the blocking thing.
He doesn't. Neither does Luke Musgrave. We could just have a two tight end package for them out there where it's two guys. The Jermichael, they call it the J Mike pass package, where it's just two dudes that don't block that run fast. Again, Gabe, you're right about that. I don't know. Again, I don't know the veracity of this. I think I've admitted enough times now on this show this week that I didn't see something, but I hadn't seen this buzz. I'm not going to be dismissive of it, but to your point, like what Goody said after the draft was that the one thing that he wanted was a Y tight end, which obviously is one that's attached to the line of scrimmage, which means a guy who can block his tail off. Well, that would not be him.
Yeah. So to that extent, wouldn't somebody like a Jonnu Smith, who's still a free agent, like I see that name, and that one makes more sense based on the information you just said about Goody, somebody who's going to block a little bit more and again, almost be like Mercedes Lewis 2.0.
Yeah, thanks. You just killed my joke. I was going to say, no, I'd rather have Mercedes Lewis.
Sorry.
So, thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Yep, no, great minds think alike. Yep.
All right, Jason, we certainly appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah, can't wait to talk to you on Tuesday and learn other things that I don't know. All right, everybody, take care. Be
We should
good.
just start sending Jason text messages before the show. Hey, a couple of things we're thinking about bringing up. He's gone. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like just educating Jason now.
Make you feel good?
Yeah. We're out ahead of things before the Packers beat writer, the 3-time sports writer of the year.
And again, who knows? Because again, it's just something that's popping on social media.
Yeah.
So you never know, as he mentioned, the veracity of it. That's a fun word to say. Veracity.
What was the one? Oh, now I blank on the word that Joe Thomas said in the clip.
Fastidious?
Yes.
What did he say?
Fastidious?
Fastidious. When he was, yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to look that one up, too.
It means
G and
attention to detail,
Yeah.
and like being, really deliberate and sort of studying and learning the craft.
Yeah, it does. All right, Jeopardy, way to go. And speaking of Jeopardy, we've got Mina Kimes coming up a little bit later in the show. She's going to talk about Jordan Love and where she thinks he ranks amongst the other quarterbacks. Look at that professional segue. If you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is your place to play. Fast payouts, so you're right back in the action before you know it. They've got over 2,600 slot machines. That's right, 2,600 slot machines. And I played about all of them, including exclusive straight off the Vegas Strip. We are always bringing the latest and greatest games to the Midwest for your enjoyment. Play with denominations from 1 cent, that's me, all the way up to $100. No way. Whether you enjoy classic reels or the latest interactive games, there's always something new to discover at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Still looking pretty good out there. We do have some more delays on northbound 41 between Mayfair Road and Burleigh. Southbound's tightening up just south of Capitol Drive to Burleigh as well. East and westbound 94 looking good from Highway 16 all the way into the Marquette. So everything's looking groovy on east and westbound there. Southbound 43 is starting to build up a bit more in volume, but it's all moving along at a good clip. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning sprinkles, then partly sunny skies, a high of 60. Tonight, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow. And now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
Roll out the winning this May at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Have a barrel of fun with your share of $300 grand. Just play with your rewards card for entries, and Thursday night you could hit a home run. Plus, your May drawing entries all count towards the Big League Series prize drawing in June. It's Tic Tac Home Run. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we know the best place to watch a Brewers game is at the ballpark, but the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game is X-Golf in Brookfield or X-Golf in Mequon all season long. During Brewers games, whether it's during the day, whether it's at night, you get 50% off your sim time. They have $2 Miller Lite taps and have club-level Brewers ticket giveaways all season long. Don't miss out at X-Golf in Brookfield and X-Golf in Mequon. It's the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Josh said it's garbage.
I'm so glad that Josh is getting a front row seat.
He said it doesn't work.
Chewy,
am I right or wrong?
We call that a setup in the biz.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Planning a high-level event can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to, because Events by Design exists. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Their team has been a part of incredible experiences across Milwaukee with great events, whether it was our golf outing a year ago. I've been to the Buck Soiree. They've done a fantastic job with that. A number of different events inside Potawatomi Casino and the Milwaukee Night Market. So many people are there just outside our studio here in downtown Milwaukee. Events by Design having a hand in all those great events. And what sets Events by Design apart is simple. They bring fresh ideas, careful planning, and expert execution to every event they touch. So whether you're building culture with an appreciation party, whether you've got a brand activation you need to pull off, planning your next gala, or pulling off a major industry event, Events by Design can and will help you minimize your stress. Start designing that next event today. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Go ahead and weigh in on our poll this morning, our Infinity Exteriors poll. It is this Dodgers-Brewers series a quote-unquote big series? They're at AmFam Field this weekend. We will talk Brewers at the top of the hour. Going to do a little tinkering with the roster, see if we can find them a few more wins to help them make a deep playoff run. Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll: refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by a lifetime workmanship warranty. InfinityExteriors.com. All right, we put it on the YouTube stream. People have already been weighing in on it. Is Jordan Love a clear top 10 quarterback? Why are we discussing this at the end of May? I'm glad you asked. Mina Kimes, I believe it was on her podcast, right, Joshy?
That's
and she
correct.
had Ben Solik on it as well, ESPN's Ben Solik, talking about quarterbacks and specifically where Jordan Love ranks inside the NFL's top tier. Take a listen.
I find the discourse around Jordan Love to be like the dumbest in the NFL right now.
Good take. Good take.
It's so odd to me that people won't acknowledge how good he's been, that he's clearly a top 10 quarterback in this league. The scheme is good. Guys are open. But it stings because of Love's aggressiveness to push and ability to push the ball downfield, to throw over the middle of the field, to throw guys open. I think he is incredibly accurate. Yet he's got this weird reputation as irresponsible, erratic gunslinger that is absolutely not consistent with the quarterback I saw.
When we talk about gunslingers, and specifically in the case of Jordan Love, we use the term to say, oh, he is irrationally and unreasonably pushing the ball down the field when there's something healthier for the context of the offense. When you watch how the Packers call plays, how Matt LaFleur calls plays, it's like, all right, we got to push the ball. We have this guy who can make these throws from these platforms. We want to be taking these one-on-one shots.
So for context, I do think it is valuable to see who Mina Kimes had in the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. For her, it starts with Mahomes, then Allen, then Jackson, then Burrow. Not a big shocker there in the top 4.
Kind of the consensus 4 in some order.
Then she's got Drake May, who, again, was in the Super Bowl last year and just, one vote shy of Matthew Stafford for MVP? It was one.
It was close. It was tight. Yeah, he was second in the MVP voting.
Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott. There's Jordan Love, followed by Caleb Williams and Matthew Stafford, who, as we just mentioned, was the MVP last year. And I believe I saw news yesterday that he just re-upped for another year deal with the Rams. So 8 feels about right? None of us are sitting here saying that he's a top 4 quarterback. And then I think you might be able to interchange 5, 6, 7, and 8, based on different criteria, right? Like Chewy always talks about what has Justin Herbert ever done? Right? Everybody thinks from a talent standpoint, he certainly deserves to be in the top 10. But part of being the quarterback of a franchise is that you have to get them playoff wins, and they're still sort of scraping away at that. So first and foremost, Gabe, does 8 feel about right for where Jordan Love belongs amongst the top quarterbacks in the league?
Yeah, that feels about right to me. Because again, and I think he gets that reputation that they were talking about being that gunslinger. Because he threw he threw 2 tough interceptions the first time around in the postseason against the Niners, right? Kind of the last one especially being on first down, where he forced it down the field, and that was basically the ball game as they were trying to come back in the divisional round against the Niners. And then he threw interceptions against the Eagles, going on the road, taking on the eventual Super Bowl champ, did not play well in that game. And I think those 2 games are the ones that kind of give him that reputation of, oh yeah, he's reckless with the football, because they're on the biggest stages and the Packers just ultimately didn't have that success. But if you actually watch the team and the way they operate, watched him this past, they choked it away against the Bears. Yes, in the postseason. It wasn't on Jordan Love. You look at the numbers, you look at the way he played, he was absolutely fantastic in that game. So yeah, 8 sounds about right, because you take a look at those top 5. The top 4 are who they are and are going to continue to be that way in the NFL. 5, dude went to a Super Bowl, second in MVP voting. And then it's just kind of, free-for-all after that. So, he belongs in that second tier. And the only thing that's going to get him to that top tier now is having more success during the regular season, having Matt LaFleur trust him with the football a little bit more, pushing the ball down the field with more regularity, becoming that team we've talked about them becoming, Jen, of throwing the ball more than running the football. And once that happens, I think that reputation is going to start to turn on Jordan.
I still wonder what people's hesitation with quote-unquote crowning Jordan Love is, especially when you consider the struggles that the offensive line had last year in protecting Jordan Love, especially when you consider that he did not play a full season as he dealt with injuries. Is that it? Is it the injuries and the fact that he hasn't been available for full season since his first year out there? Is that why people are hesitant to be like, he's our guy?
It's postseason success. being the 7 seed and
That's-
winning one
Is
game.
that on him exclusively?
No, but that's the way people talk about quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, when you don't spend your time focusing on Jordan Love throughout the course of a season, what you see of him is what you get. And I think a lot of people are also, this happens a lot. You just, and it's human nature, you get take locked. You saw, and it was a big deal how bad the Packers were when he was a rookie. Then you saw the postseason, and you just sort of think of him as somebody that the stats don't represent him as. And the things we've all seen as people who are watching the Packers. Like it's a very different world. And I think a lot of times people, and I mean, I've heard it on this station, like when he's making those deep throws, and they highlighted that, the one-on-one stuff, people think that's reckless when oftentimes he's making calculated decisions to push the ball down the field. Like sometimes the safety gets over and it looks a little closer than it needs to be. But a lot of times that's him and Matt LaFleur going, hey, we got a shot here. Let's go and let our guy win one-on-one.
What's crazy to me, though, is that and I do believe that's true, that the postseason resume for Jordan is affecting the overall perception. That hasn't affected Justin Herbert.
No.
Who has a much worse,
as I mentioned,
much worse postseason resume than what Jordan Love has. And that's the interesting part to me. Maybe because Justin's been a starter for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and draft stock and sort of the way they were thought of. And Justin's best thing was when he came into the league, he lit the league on fire to start.
Yes.
No one expected him to start. All of a sudden, he was really good.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because I was just going to say that. It is one thing to jump into the NFL where we always say there is a tough transition, right? There is a learning curve, of course, from college. And, of course, Jordan played at Utah State, which, whether you like it or not, we always talk about, like, it's not playing the top-tier competition in college football, right? I've had people who have attacked me for that before when I've said that about receivers or because Goody, for whatever reason, does take a lot of smatterings from smaller Division I colleges, right? And I always say, right, but they are not as battle-tested as the guys who are week in and week out playing the guys who are going to be playing in the league on Sundays in college. So I'll make that point and leave it there. But Jordan Love has improved every year. And on some level, as you're evaluating talent, that deserves more credit. Right? Recognizing what your issues are, recognizing what your weaknesses are, where you can be better for your team, choosing to go back to the drawing board, fix those things so that the next version of you that's out there is leaps and bounds better than the version that people saw last season. And why in the world would that stop for Jordan Love? Why in the world would you think that this is not a guy who is going to continue to get better, to continue evolving his game, as opposed to somebody who splashed in the league but has essentially been the same version of themselves season in and season out?
And I think a part of the issue as well with Jordan is you mentioned, if you watch the Packers on a week-to-week basis the way we do, we've seen the growth. You can see it out there. You know, kind of like we were talking, I'll make the cross-sport reference. We talk about the raw numbers don't match up with what we see from Brandon Sprout earlier this week with the Brewers. The raw numbers the last 2 years don't match up because statistically, the flat numbers, the raw numbers say his best year was the first year starting when he got hot in that second half of the season. And the Packers were riding that wave because he attempted 579 passes. He hasn't gotten close to 500 passes, period, since then, because the Packers have relied on the running game a little bit more. So that's why, and I know in that conversation, if you want to go listen to the full podcast with Mina and Ben Solak, they dive into some of the more analytical numbers that show how efficient Jordan Love can be. But that's, again, not how typically people talk about quarterbacks in right. that way. Well, it's how many passing, touchdowns did you have?
Right.
How many interceptions did you have? What's your quarterback rating?
And as we have discussed many, many times on this program, and should, stats can be manipulated. But I'm getting pushback in the YouTube stream about, no, he has not improved every year. That's a wild take. Well, let's just look at passer rating. Right? Like, and again, you can manipulate stats. You can sit here and go, he threw more passing yards in 2023 than he did in 2025. Sure, he also played in fewer games in 2025 than he did in 2023, but passer rating has gone up 96.1, 96.7, 101.2. You want me to go back further than that? Or is that enough evidence that this is a guy who has improved at his job every year? And it can't just be about the stats either. Sometimes it's got to be the eye test, guys. Sometimes you got to be watching the game and say, that's a play that he doesn't make 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. That's a decision he doesn't make 2 years ago. Right? I don't want to single in on one comment in the YouTube stream, but if we were to poll, has Jordan Love improved every year? Do you think the majority of Packers fans who are watching with a critical eye would say yes or no?
Yeah. And again, he doesn't have too many like big splash games in there either.
No.
Like, well, oh man, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Look at this unbelievable game. Just pretty solid week in, week out, somewhere between 200, 250 yards, couple of touchdowns. Right. Not very often an interception in there. And because he doesn't have those big games, he only had one last year and it was against Pittsburgh. We threw for 360 because for whatever reason the Steelers just went, yeah, go ahead, Jordan Love, throw all over us because they wanted to stop Josh Jacobs. Like I think that's another big reason why he doesn't get that respect because it's not like he's putting up 300-plus yard performances each and every week because of the way the Packers have run the offense the last 2 years.
Right. They get inside the 10, and they just hand the ball to Josh Jacobs because Josh Jacobs is so good, and he can function inside that area really well. The stats that they mentioned, I think, is worth going over quickly. It's second in EPA per dropback, so that's expected points added. What is the league doing, and what is Jordan doing? He's the second best at adding points and being more efficient. Third, QBR overall, which Jen has mentioned. We haven't even mentioned either the fact that his completion percentage has increased in all 3 seasons. And then he's second in QBR on third down. Very important down. Third down, don't know if you know that. And then third, and DVOA. So those are all the metrics that these people, like Mina and Ben, are looking at that are more than just the surface level of, 23 touchdowns. That's not enough. What's going on here? These are all the ways you can measure if a quarterback is important and is making strides and getting better.
800-990-3776. I do want to put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. Has Jordan Love improved every year of his career? Let us know. It's simple yes or no. And again, I'm not sitting here saying that you cannot believe no, because if you push it through a different metric, maybe you would convince yourself that he has not improved every year. But I want to know if the majority of people believe that Jordan Love has improved every year. 800-990-3776. Gabe?
At the Ewald Automotive Group, they don't just see the uniform. They see the people in them. Ewald salutes those who serve and our brave first responders. They want to say thank you for your dedication, your sacrifice, and for keeping us safe. And as always, service members and their families can benefit from the Ewald Military Advantage Program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. So make sure you ask when you go in about that. Plus, for every new card sold this month, they're making a donation to local military and first responder charities. It's a simple thank you from the Ewald Automotive Group.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle. All the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's.
Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Sushi is more than a meal. It's an art form, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcome with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. Reserve your evening at stkatearts.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You want more physical harm beset upon people who are trying to earn a living.
I want winners. If someone has to die in order for us to win, then that's the price you pay.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Let me tell you about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. It's the perfect weekend to go out and get Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. It's a real American beer. Smooth, rich. It's finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated. By drinking it. Tailgates, backyard barbecues, fishing trips, ball games, Yuengling Lager belongs wherever Americans come together. It's been brewed with pride since 1829. So pick up Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Reaction rolling in fast and furious on the YouTube stream as well. And I actually thought that this was a pretty decent comment by one of our loyal listeners. It was basically, it'd be nice if Jordan Love had a legit number one time in his career. That from Double Meat Dude. Do you think we're getting to that point? Do you think we're getting to a point where he has a legit, whether you think it's Tucker Kraft, whether you think it's Christian Watson, or do you think that's still a deficiency for this team?
I think that one of those two are going to get the opportunities and emerge. We talked about Christian Watson and what kind of contract he could potentially get. Like, he's going to be getting not top end number one money, not the $35-40 million bucks, but he's going to be down at that next level. And if you extrapolate, and I know it's tough because it's not an entire season, but you take a look at what he did since he came back last year. If you average that out throughout the course of an entire season, Christian Watson would have been a 1,000-yard receiver last year. And yes, a lot of that was out without Tucker Kraft, but I feel very confident that one of those two guys is going to very obviously be the number one, have over 1,000 yards, and be, again, a number one in the sense that we're talking about.
Meanwhile, Dave says the problem isn't Love, it's Matt LaFleur. Has Matt LaFleur improved every year? Sort of a response to our question. Has Jordan Love improved every year as the Packers starting quarterback? Go ahead and weigh in on that poll. Meanwhile, Josh says, can we win a Super Bowl with Love is the real question. I say yes. If I were to give you truth serum and say, can the Packers win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love, what would your answer be?
Yes.
I feel the same.
Emphatically. Like, no hesitation.
If the Seahawks can do it with Sam Darnold, the Packers can do it with Jordan Love.
I don't know if that's the endorsement you think it is, but I hear what you're saying.
It is absolutely.
I hear
He's
what you're
worse.
saying. Sam Darnold is worse than
Yes.
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Unequivocally.
But it is all about, to the point that the other loyal listener made, it is all about how Matt LaFleur uses his quarterback and how he runs the offense. And to your point, Gabe, what percentage of the time they are throwing the ball versus running the ball? Can they get back to being a team that goes to the air more often than they are pounding it on the ground? 800-990-3776. I think LaFleur needs to let it rip as a play caller and have Jordan throw it 35 to 45 times a game. That from Justin in Jacksonville. A lot.
It's a little much for me. I appreciate the sentiment. If you're throwing the ball 45 times in a game, that means bad things are happening. That means that you are down and you are
that
trying
interception
to catch
number
up.
of 6 is going to bloat, okay?
The best way you can frame it is shootouts, which is bad for the defense.
Yeah.
And Ryan from McGuanago says he has to keep rising up that list, referring to the list that Mina Kimes and Ben Solak put out. Being even more consistent will do that. The Packers will be where they want to be if he gets there, because he will be better in the regular season and improve their seeding.
You need to win MVPs to climb up the lists. I mean, yes, he can leapfrog some of the people in front of him, but those top 4 are pretty solidified. And I know Burrow hasn't won an MVP, but I mean, he literally put a team on his back and dragged a okay roster to a Super Bowl. And Josh Allen's won MVPs, and Lamar's won 2, and Patrick Mahomes has won MVPs and a bunch of Super Bowls. So it's hard to get inside that top 4. That's where, again, winning Super Bowls, winning those individual awards, that's what will get you into the top 4. You can still, I think, get past Dak and Herbert and potentially Drake May. But cracking the top 4 is just a really hard thing to do right now in the NFL.
Go ahead and weigh in on that poll on our ESPN Milwaukee YouTube stream or on our Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter account. Got to take a break. A lot of stuff to get to in the second hour of the show, including our Tinker session, our Tinker with the Milwaukee Brewers. And I want to tell you guys about my friends over at Geist, because if you find yourself needing a garage door repair, like my friend Gabe over here.
Most certainly did.
You got to call my friends at Geist today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs, and their repair solutions are swift and reliable. So go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. GEIS doors.com. Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94, heavy from basically 35th Street all the way to Holly Road. A few more pockets of heavy traffic passing by Sunny Slope to about Calhoun. On the eastbound side, we've got delays from Holly Road to 35th Street. Northbound 41 is going to be our other heavy spot. That's basically from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. Everything else is still looking great. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a HELOC from Great Midwest Bank. Visit GreatMidwestBank.com, your equal housing lender. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning sprinkles, then partly sunny skies, a high of 60. Tonight, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Steinhoffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhoffel's.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. No Chewy today, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of navigating the conversations without the big guy today. He will be back next week and live and in person, so get ready for that. The Milwaukee Brewers welcome the Dodgers to town this weekend. Dodgers leading the NL West. Very similar records between these two squads, by the way. 31-19 for the Dodgers, 29-18 for your Milwaukee Brewers. We debated earlier in the show whether or not this is a big series. We'll move on from that. You can still weigh in on it on our Infinity Exteriors poll. But I do think there is value in having the conversation about what are the things right now that might limit this team down the stretch, right? No question they're a very good baseball team. No question they have a lot of things to be proud of, a lot of things that we know are contributing to their success. But there are obviously things that you can tinker, and this is our tinker segment. What are the things that you would tinker for your Milwaukee Brewers this season? And look, I'm not talking about the injuries, right? I'm not talking about, well, if I could tinker, I'd have Brandon Woodruff healthy and in the rotation. Well, if I could tinker, I would have Quinn Priester, which, by the way, it is looking like.
Not great.
It is really looking like they need to shut him down based on the outings he has had recently in his rehab starts. I think I saw 15 ERA or something crazy like that.
It's not great. It's bad numbers. Bad numbers.
So, not talking about injuries, right? But what are some things that you would do to tinker with this Brewers lineup and this Brewers roster? You could be talking about third base. You could be talking about center field. You could be talking about left field. Gabe, I'll start with you. We don't have any baseball music, do we, Joshy? I know we got the NFL music that we play all the time. Our baseball music is really just like, yeah.
It's the same.
Take me
It's
out
just
to
the
ball
NFL.
game?
It's just the NFL music.
Dude. No, I don't think we can do that. That's inappropriate. I don't want to overshadow our baseball segment with any NFL music. So, what's the first thing that you would tinker with? Maybe change around, maybe try to get this team a few more wins, get this team a few more runs.
Well, so it's crazy right now because they are one of the leading teams in baseball in runs per game, and yet they are dead last in home runs. Dead last in home runs, which I thought I saw an article, like you got to go back to the 1930s, for a team to do what the Brewers have been doing without the home run power. So I think you need to find a way to have Jake Bauers and Andrew Vaughn in the lineup as much as possible. And that means, as much as I love Garrett Mitchell, and he had that great throw.
And we do.
And I do. I love the tools are there. He's fast. Saw the great throw he made in center field earlier this week. Unfortunately, the bat's just not coming around, right? And I think I was hoping, maybe the Brewers were hoping, that some of the home run numbers would extrapolate out and he could be a 20 home run guy. That just hasn't been the case so far this year. I think you got to play Jake Bauers in left field more and put Jackson Chourio in center. Yeah, you're sacrificing a little bit of defense there, but you need that power in the lineup. And I think that should be whatever your regular lineup is, which, again, because of injuries, the Brewers haven't necessarily had one. I think he needs to be part of your regular lineup 5 times a week.
I think it's a good call. I do worry a little bit about Chourio's health and wanting to, I'm not saying make it easy for him, right? But why do they throw guys in right field and left field, right? A little less action.
Well, yeah, but also you throw those guys out there because you've got a stud like Garrett, or Blake Perkins is a tremendous defensive center fielder. And Jackson can handle it. Again, he's not as good as those guys. If you want to put, Sal Frelick out there like you did in the NLCS, fine. Throw Sal Frelick out there and put Jake Bauers in right. I don't care what the combination is. This is more about what that offense, I think, needs. And Jake leads the team in home runs, and you need that bat. And obviously, he's taken another step. You need that bat.
Didn't we
in the
mention
lineup.
he's got a 21-game on-base streak going right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think you need that bat in the lineup every day. Are you ready for the radical idea? Because I take a look at what happened to the Brewers last year in the postseason. And the Dodgers pitching depth. It was just, facing tough guy after tough guy after tough guy. And I feel like the sense right now is, got to trade for someone to play third base, got to trade for someone to play shortstop.
I've
If you're
heard
not
that.
going to bring up Cooper Pratt.
Yep.
If you're not going to bring up Cooper Pratt, then, find that short-term solution this year that can help the bottom third of the lineup, which I understand and makes a ton of sense. And I'm not going to say that that's a wrong thought process. But right now, even if you throw Woody in there, and I think we've got to just inherent trust in Woody.
Oh, I did not see this coming.
Like, as much as I like Henderson, Gasser, and Sproat, who are the three who are starting this week for the Brewers, like, how much faith are you going to have? How much of a leash are any one of those three going to have if they end up pitching in a postseason game? Probably not very long, right? Well, there's a pitcher maybe you can get him on the cheap. Now, the contract is large. It's the largest in arbitration history, and he's injured right now. So obviously there'd be a little bit of risk, and you're hoping he's able to come back from a brand new type of surgery that they tried. But the Tigers kind of stink right now. What would a rotation in a postseason series of Miz, Kyle Harrison, and Tarek Skubal look
I
like?
can't believe you got. As soon as you said Tigers, I was like, he's not. He can't. Would he?
Like, the Tigers aren't going to pay him long term. Brewers aren't going to pay him long term. We were celebrating CC Sabathia earlier, and it's a different situation because we've got Miz, we've got Harrison. But, I mean, who would have a better top three? Even if the Dodgers got healthy, who would have a better top three than Skubal, Miz, and Harrison?
Wow.
Gabe. What are you doing to me?
It's just an idea. It's a thought. I just wanted to put it out there because, and again, the Tigers haven't been playing well. They're not going to sign him long term. They're going to be looking to dump him. Maybe that's the piece that you put together some of these prospects where you're going, hey, there's a logjam here. Maybe I can turn one of these prospects into somebody who's going to be helpful.
What would they have to give up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
think
And that's the
yep.
scary part. And there is a very good possibility that the Brewers dive into those negotiations and it's too steep. Right? They don't want to pay the price because they got a lot of good young talent. And again, we don't know what's going to happen with Bryce Terang, so it's a good thing in terms of a contract. So it's a good thing to have all that infield depth that you can kind of move around. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think Skubal's going to be pitching for the Tigers at the end of the season.
I also love that at the beginning of the show, we had the conversation of whether or not the Dodgers Brewers is a big series.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabe was essentially, I'm paraphrasing here, the guy who said, be reasonable.
I think this is reasonable.
You know how high-pitched your voice just got?
A little bit. It's just, I mean, again, the guy can dream, can't he?
I'm just trying to figure out what it would cost the Brewers. And again, we have talked a lot about how their currency is these minor league players. They have the cupboard is full, essentially, right? And it's also what sort of contributed to our Tinker conversation of at what point are you looking to bring up a Cooper Pratt? At what point even a Jet Williams, who is not necessarily somebody, a farm system prospect type of guy, but somebody who is like, oh, that's a luxury to have another guy like Jet Williams down there. Obviously, everybody is watching what Jesus Made is doing. And like, they wouldn't want to part with those names. I think those are the cornerstones of the future of this team.
Jet could be expendable.
Okay.
I'd be okay with Jet. And maybe it's because, yeah, Jet's maybe because, like, Jet's not like our guy. We just got him, right? Like, not saying he's not a good player, but, I'm just saying. There's.
I do want to point something out here, and this comes from Ryan Wollersheim of Jim, Matt, and Molly fame. We're talking about tinkering, and Gabe ends up with an earth-shattering MLB-changing trade.
It's a great point.
Yeah. Sometimes, Josh,
it's a little more than a tinker.
Yeah.
Look, it was just an idea that had popped up to me over the last, 45 minutes, half hour. I knew the segment was coming up, and I'm like, well. And again, you got to make sure he's healthy first because he had an experimental surgery that usually he would be out for longer, but they did it microscopically with, what's the doctor's name? Neil.
Albatross?
Yes. So he did that, and he just did that with Blake Snell as well. So they're hoping that this new surgery can kind of help guys come back from some shoulder injuries a little bit quicker. So there are a lot of ifs in that conversation. But I'm just saying, that could be the big one. Can you imagine Skubal and Miz in the same rotation?
That'd be so sick, dude. Unbelievable. But here I am going, well, how often should Vaughn be in the lineup? How often should Bowers be in the lineup? Yelich is obviously our DH, How do we feel about a Frelick Mitchell center field mix if you need to tinker around in the outfield? And you're going, what we should do is go get Scooble. I do like this comment, though, on the YouTube stream from Dave. Great. Dodgers are in town listening to the show, and Gabe just gave him an idea. Well, that's probably true. Write it down. Scooble to the Dodgers.
I mean, is that more realistic? Probably.
Yes,
unfortunately.
All right, we got to take a break.
Maybe we can sneak in there.
We got to take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We're going to hear from someone from the Milwaukee Brewers coming up next here on the show. We got Craig Carmison coming up. Stick around. Friday edition of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
Hey, guys, remember the way you felt when you were 25? Your early morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before that first cup of coffee. Now, fast forward to today. Do you feel like you're losing that edge? Might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. That's what it was for me. And I found that out because of Mentality. They start with a comprehensive 100-point blood panel to help get to the bottom of what's really going on. Then they build a personalized treatment plan using testosterone replacement therapy and targeted peptide therapy to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. In fact, 94% of men report renewed energy and focus within 60 days. I'm part of that 94%. And just so you know, it's not some new, trendy, off-the-shelf solution of the month. I've been using it for years. Mentality is all about real medicine. And while they can't actually make you 25 again, Mentality can get you back to feeling like that guy that you used to be. Schedule your appointment with Mentality today. LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94, heavy from basically 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road. A few more pockets of heavy traffic passing by Sunny Slope to about Calhoun. On the eastbound side, we've got delays from Hawley Road to 35th Street. Northbound 41 is going to be our other heavy spot. That's basically from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. Everything else is still looking great. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a HELOC from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your equal housing lender. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning sprinkles, then partly sunny skies, a high of 60. Tonight, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Navigating today's complex market takes more than a bank. It takes a strategic partner. Fifth Third Bank helps businesses manage risk and solve financial challenges with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. With 167 years of experience and nearly 20 years serving Milwaukee, Fifth Third delivers solutions like commercial payments, capital structure optimization, and risk mitigation. Big enough for sophisticated solutions, local enough to make decisions that matter. Connect with the Fifth Third Milwaukee team today. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I thought
Salvation
every time
Army.
that they hear their name when it's non-scheduled, that's what they want to hear.
I could hear Ashley laughing in the background.
Am I right or wrong?
He's not wrong. Hey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He is wrong.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, look, we know you want to be at the ballpark. It's the best place to watch Brewers games this year. However, the second best place to watch Brewers games, X-Golf at Brookfield, X-Golf in Mequon. You get half off sim time during Brewers games for the rest of the season. So if you're in there, book the sim time, get 50% off. Also enjoy $2 Miller Lite taps during Brewer games this season. And all year long, they've got club-level ticket giveaways that they're going to have. So make sure you're stopping in X-Golf Brookfield, X-Golf Mequon. Even if you don't want to use the sim, stop in, because the best place, the second best place to watch a Brewers game this summer, X-Golf in Brookfield and X-Golf in Mequon.
We've been talking about the series against the Dodgers at AmFam Field this weekend, and joining us now on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is Michael Cosentino, who is the Senior VP of Ticket Sales and Services. All right, settle this debate for us, Michael. First and foremost, is this series a big series or what?
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. This is a huge series. I think they're two big series. I mean, you got the LA Dodgers. I mean, the building's going to be packed. The atmosphere is going to be awesome. And then the St. Louis Cardinals are coming to town Monday through Wednesday, and those are our rivals. So it's going to be an awesome 6 games at home here.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It starts tonight, Boy Band Night. What's happening with Boy Band Night? Do you have anything special planned that's going to be popping up on the scoreboard? What are people going to... Because that's... When you have the theme nights, I think people enjoy, whether it's Star Wars night, giving them different names. I think that happened Bark at the Park night. And then you're showing the opponents cats. Like, what's the twist you guys have for Boy Band Night tonight?
There's going to be a lot of fun. So the whole game presentation is going to be themed boy band. We're going to have a ton of music, lots of entertainment around that theme. And we're going to have post-game fireworks as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We've had that once before on Star Wars night earlier, and the fireworks are just incredible. But yeah, with the purchase of a special theme night ticket, you also get an exclusive Brew Crew Boys boy band T-shirt. And that's going to be a really popular item. And so, yeah, it's just going to be a really fun night. It's going to be a good game.
I'm looking at the shirt right now. It is on the Brewers website. And it sure enough is like that,
90s.
Zubaz, a little, font. And it's got 5 of the guys. I can't tell who they are from here, but it looks like Yelly's on there and Bryce Terang. And it's their faces, kind of like you would. Yeah.
You got Jackson.
Yeah, like you would for a boy band. And on the back, it looks like it's got the concert tee vibe of like dates and cities type of thing. So it says Brew Crew Boys with a Z Tour 2026.
You didn't have to say this with a Z. I think everybody just assumed that, right?
What else you guys got going on at the ballpark this week?
It's going to be a lot of fun this weekend. On Saturday, so tomorrow, we've got our patriotic hat giveaway for the first 25,000 fans in attendance. So you're going to want to get there early for that. It's going to be obviously a big celebration, Memorial Day weekend. So that's going to be a fun one. On Sunday, we've got a Brewers pennant giveaway for the first 5,000 kids 14 and under. So that's one of our kids giveaways, and it just goes along with the theme. I mean, we've got 24 giveaway days and nights here this season, the most we've ever done, and so we've got 2 amazing ones this weekend against an amazing opponent that we're going to have a lot of fun here. So it's going to be good.
Okay, so I've always been curious about this because Monday it's Memorial Day, ballpark's going to be packed, as you mentioned. Cardinals coming to town.
That's right.
So why?
And
Well,
it's a-
but why are you guys doing Dollar Dog Day on that day? Like, how many hot dogs you guys got to order when the Cardinals are in town and the ballpark's going to be packed on Memorial Day?
I think there's a line of trucks on the way to the ballpark now to make sure that we are fully stocked and everyone can get as many dogs as they want. So yeah, it's a big day, and I mean it's just a perfect. I mean, come down with your family and have that dollar dog. It's a tradition that we started, I want to say, a couple of years ago, and it's just a wonderful family day at the ballpark. I'm hopeful that we're going to get some really good weather. The forecast, touch wood, looks good. And it's always a sold out game. So let's make it affordable. Let's make it fun. And dollar dogs are the way to do it. A hot dog at a ball game doesn't get much better.
Michael Cosentino, Senior VP of Ticket Sales and Services, joining us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on the Yingling Hotline. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. Please enjoy responsibly. All right, how are ticket sales? I imagine, as we have talked, that these are two opponents that a lot of Brewers fans are looking forward to seeing, if for no other reason than you get a good gauge of how your ball club is doing when you go up against the Dodgers and the Cardinals, who are surging right now, I think surprising a lot of people with the early success they've had.
Yeah, and we're surging as well. I mean, the team's playing great. They're playing Brewers baseball. Our fans are responding. Our ticket sales have been incredibly strong, and I mean that's a function of our amazing fans. I mean, so we're up year over year. The building's routinely been in the 30 to 40,000 sold out numbers, and these 6 games are all going to be in that neighborhood as well. We've got a few seats left that we've just released for this weekend. Dodgers are one of those games that or series that people really want to see. And so team's going to be bringing it. We're going to bring it with a full building. And so it's going to be an intense atmosphere. But yeah, attendance has been very strong again this season.
One of my favorite memories as a kid is going to the ballpark with the family on Sundays. And again, things are expensive right now. But you guys, once again, you're bringing it back. The family Sunday bundle. What do people get? What do families get with that Sunday bundle?
Yeah, it's a way that we can make our Sundays a kind of a family themed, and our kids giveaways are a part of that as well. But we do have a ticket bundle that I believe is in the $85 to $90 ticket range. That gets you 4 tickets. It gets you food. It gets you beverage. And it gets you parking as well. And again, the 4 tickets. So it's a way to make our games accessible, as affordable as possible, and family oriented. I mean, that's what it's all about. Bring your family to the game. And so we brought that back. It's a hugely popular ticket bundle that we have. And so those are going to be available for Sundays again this season.
Last thing before we let you go, your team is always on the phone talking with, people who want to buy tickets, talking to people who are excited about the Brew Crew. What are they talking about the most? What do they bring up when you guys are on the call? Are they talking about Murph? Are they talking about the Miz? Are they talking about Sal, Jackson? Who's the guy, or what's the storyline that fans are most captivated by?
Yeah, it's a great question. I was talking to my team just yesterday. We were having a team meeting, and I mean, it ebbs and flows with different players based on performance. And there's this real sense of like, we've got a bunch of young guns that are starting pitching right now that our fans, our season ticket members, are loving. And so you've got Harrison, you've got Sproat, and then Miz. I mean, the run that he's on is very special, and our fans just really appreciate. They want to be there to cheer him on. And then what we're also hearing is they're super excited about some of the guys that were injured early in the season, that they're back. Yelly being back, hitting that home run over the last few days in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, Vaughn's back and Churio. And so we are a full team now. And so there's a lot of enthusiasm. Our members are pretty excited about how the team's coming together. And yeah, I mean, it's all about Brewers baseball. So it's a lot of fun.
Michael, we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning, giving people a preview of what they can expect at the ballpark, getting people excited to get out there this weekend as the Brew Crew take on the Dodgers and then the Cardinals at AmFam Field. Have a great weekend, Michael.
Thanks. You as well. Go Brewers. Thanks, guys.
Michael Cosentino, Senior VP of Ticket Sales and Services, hanging out here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll take a break. We've got Craig Carmison coming up next. Talk to him about all things going on in the world of sports. And I want to tell you guys about my friends over at Great Midwest Bank. Because Great Midwest Bank will help guide you every step of the way if you are buying or building a new home. How do I know this? Because Great Midwest Bank takes care of me and my family and all of our mortgage and pre-approval options. You can get fast and flexible mortgage pre-approvals for your next big life decision straight from Great Midwest Bank's knowledgeable and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, you should bank with confidence. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank is your simply local equal housing lender.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, northbound on 41, we are seeing delays from about Mayfair Road all the way up towards Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94 just slowing down right past 35th Street. The westbound side from Hawley Road to about 68th is where you're seeing those delays. Otherwise, we are still looking very clear. Traffic is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, morning sprinkles, then partly sunny skies, a high of 60. Tonight, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 48. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow. And now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BUDGET to borrow up to $10,000.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m., June 15th through the 17th, and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, The Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Carmison.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No.
Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one champion.
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. The
championship.
AI Chewy
Hold
can just bring up championship. We don't even need Chewy.
They've had one championship.
What, it's going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah.
Craig Carmison on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
Our conversation with Craig Carmison brought to you by Saturn Lounge. Connect with our friends Jim and Bennett for all your website and video needs.
Craig Carmison just walked in studio wearing his Brewers Wisco gear, the City Connect look, which I still think is a great look. All these people who have had issues with it, it looks good. So I assume then you think this is a big series against the Dodgers, right, Craig?
It is. It is. I just got back in from Istanbul, where I was.
Seriously?
And,
You were in Istanbul?
Yes.
For what?
Do you know Istanbul's bigger than London?
Do you know that they have no sports teams in Istanbul that you could buy or support?
No, there's teams.
Of course there are. Yes.
I think the government may control a little more than they used to. The guy who leads it, I'm not saying anything bad about.
Let's not get into geopolitical space, but yeah.
Yeah, it's bigger than.
This is where we're starting?
It's bigger than London, and it's 7 times the size of Greece. Who knew?
Number one sport there, rather, is soccer, followed by basketball, then volleyball and handball.
Yeah,
for those of you
basically
keeping
when
score.
I'd be walking around, I'd be like, I'd meet someone, I'd be like, do they look like Hidu Turkoglu or Alperen Sengun? And if they did, then I assume they were a local. Everyone who's from Turkey kind of looked like those two guys, and if they didn't look like them, then they weren't a local.
All right.
I was there for soccer.
We're moving on.
I was there for soccer. I was not there for anything geopolitical, any world negotiations.
All right, so Gabe and I were debating whether or not this is a big series. And Gabe, why don't you give Craig your
It's May. You can't have a big series. In order for something to be big, there have to be consequences to, okay, what happens if they lose? It's not a big deal if they lose. Yeah, we're happy if they win, prefer they wouldn't lose, but big means consequences. And there aren't any consequences to this series.
No. I agree with that. I'm not going to be ridiculous, but it was big enough where I wore the sweatshirt to work and I'm going.
Yeah, but you don't choose your outfit.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah. I chose to wear it to work.
One of 5 choices you get to wear.
I really
you get
think
to
that's
pick
all
your
the
own
evidence
stuff?
that we need, guys.
Yeah.
If every day he's not choosing his outfit and today he chose his own outfit in support of the Brewers, I feel like that's all the evidence we need
usually
that this is a big
AI
series.
chooses it with my input. But it was a big enough game that despite dying to watch Game 3 of Spurs Thunder tonight, I'm still going to go to the game tonight. So to me, that makes it a big game.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going to watch the NBA game on your phone.
No, I won't do that. I'll be locked in. No,
Okay.
I'll look at the score and I'll check the score. No, I'll be, and maybe for me, it was just how last season ended that I think that's why I do feel like it's big. If the Brewers get swept in this series, I think it could have a lasting impact beyond this series to some degree. This team is a mentally tough team.
Yeah, Murph
and
wouldn't
all
allow that to happen.
But, I mean, remember, early last year, there was a bad spell for this team.
Yep.
And, I mean, it's not like this team has never had a losing streak. So you don't want to see.
They had one this year.
Right. And they had a 4-game losing streak. I don't know if you remember last year.
Yeah.
In the NLCS. Right? Right? And and that team they played against is coming to Milwaukee. So to me, that makes it a big series. But to your point, I get why Gabe's argument is valid, but it's a big series.
So I said the difference is that Gabe has tiers of games, and I think we found that he has 4 tiers of games, which are meh, big and exciting were there, and
big,
then critical,
and then
whatever
must
win. And I said I have
Wait, that one was only 3.
no 4. Meh.
Wait, meh?
Yep.
Oh, big and exciting were 2
Big,
different
correct.
ones?
Exciting
oh,
is
okay,
better
big
than
and
big.
I thought big and exciting was 1.
Big,
okay.
exciting,
big,
and
exciting.
then must win or critical.
So this is exciting.
Yeah, I think this
yeah,
is
okay, yeah, that's totally fair.
I don't think this is like.
So I'm sorry, I inverted the order. Exciting goes after meh. It's meh, then exciting, then big, then okay. And
so
I
is this
said,
big?
No, it's exciting.
Come on.
And
It's
I
exciting.
said I only have 2.
Because big has to have consequences attached.
For me, it's everything is a series and then it's a big series. That's
Yeah.
it. There's 2. It's a series or it's a big series. And
Yeah.
so for me, this is a big series, and I think that's where our disconnect was. We were doing a tinker exercise earlier this morning, and Gabe's tinker.
Wait,
quote,
real
unquote.
quick. Is this big? Is this as big as the Cubs series just was, or not
No,
as big?
because I don't even know if it's as big as the Cardinals series, because the division matters, and those division games matter even more because they took some of them away when you started playing everybody in your schedule.
Okay, so his tinker, quote unquote, was they should go out and get Trevor Skubal, but that's besides the point. We were talking about little things that they can do just to kind of take that next step. Is there something you think this Brewers team could do to take that next step? And we're not talking about getting Woody back, obviously, because that will happen eventually. We're not talking about like Quinn Priester, who it looks like is going to be out for a while with whatever is ailing him. But a tinker of, you got to have this guy in the lineup, or we got to shore up third base, or is there anything like that?
I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm far from there right now. I mean, the way they're playing, and they look like the Brewers. And that's what you want, and you want this early. And very similarly to last year, in May, we're sitting here saying they look like the Brewers, they're in first place, and they're missing a bunch of their best guys. And they've missed even more of them throughout April, right? So, this team hasn't been complete, and they're in first place. I mean, I don't think you're messing with anything.
Even though the left side you can get better offensively. Like the bottom part of the lineup, if that's what we're talking about. Like you would like to see that improve, because it's not about, okay, what are you doing over the 162? And I think this is the reminder again with the Dodgers in town. What does this team look like in a postseason series? Because it's such a different vibe between regular season and postseason and how you're playing.
I mean, I think that's true. I know it ended up that way last year. I don't think it's like the NBA. The NBA is almost a different game. The postseason is a different game than the regular season game. I think in baseball, we've seen some regular season type teams win the World Series, right? Like the Kansas City Royals won a World Series. I don't know that that's true. It hasn't worked out for the Brewers, but I don't think that means it couldn't. And I don't think you need a 50 home run guy to win a World Series.
No, I don't think that's necessarily true either, but you still need more consistency out of the bottom of the line if you don't.
Or you need someone to get really hot in the middle of the line. You can't have Christian Yelich doing what he did and not have, you can't have everyone stop hitting at the same time. We learned that last year.
Well, that's
right?
any team.
Right. That's one thing we learned last year. If everybody stops hitting and somehow you rob a grand slam home run that hits the wall
and turns into a double play.
Turns into a double play, you still can't win when you don't hit.
Well, which is why, again, that's why when we were going through the exercise, I mean, there's a lot of ifs that have to happen because Skubal's hurt right now. But if there's a big splash move, as much as we love Miz, Harrison, I just keep thinking about that Dodgers rotation and how it was just stud after stud after stud. And the Brewers were kind of cobbling together pitching performances. Miz didn't even start a playoff,
That's what I'm saying. I think the Brewers, if the pitching comes together the way it should this year, I think the pitching is better than the offense in terms of postseason. The Brewers have more of a postseason pitching staff than they have a full lineup. And I think that's where it's does Jackson Chourio become the best player in a series?
Well,
because right now, that the only way the Brewers beat the Dodgers in a series is if Jackson Chourio is the best player in that series.
How much faith do you have? So the three guys going this series are Henderson, Gosser, and Sproat.
Yeah.
How much do you have faith? I mean, they're not going to have a long leash. There's a chance they don't even start, and we just see Aaron Ashby start the game, and then they come in the second or third. You solidify that starting rotation. There's an intimidation factor if you've got three studs, or even a fourth if Woody comes around, where you're going, we feel great about this.
But don't you
we'll
think
go
that
head
Sproat
toe to toe
could
with
be
anything.
that third guy with the way that he continues to evolve?
Probably not this year. I don't think that he's going. Again, because think about how good Miz was last year. The great performance he had up against the Cubs wasn't a start. We're not quite sure what he's going to be in the postseason, and he ended up being electric and fantastic.
It was.
But they
should
were
even
bringing
make
him out
the
of,
roster.
Yeah.
Should even make the postseason roster.
Correct. And then he ended up being great, but when you haven't been there just end up being those questions. And I've got faith in in Miz, obviously, now that we've seen him through the postseason and seen what he's done here. I think that's true for everybody. I think you feel pretty good about Kyle Harrison as dominant as he's been. Woody is obviously a bulldog in the postseason. But if you shore up that, again, if there's a big move to be made, that's the one that I would circle right now.
The crazy thing is how different things look 100 games later,
Yes.
which is what we're talking
100%.
about right now. Like, so to Jen's point, like we don't know who the scary people are going into the postseason.
Yep.
Because it's just such a long season.
Mm-hmm.
What we do know is that somehow, and I just came from New York yesterday.
Wait, I thought you were in Turkey yesterday.
Well, there are no direct flights to Milwaukee from Turkey. I don't know. I don't know what airlines you fly, but you got to connect.
I've never been to Turkey.
They are still they're like, wait, we have David Stearns. We thought we were going to be the best team in the National League now. What? So the fact that the Brewers, without the manager and the general manager, who everyone believed to be central to this entire,
at the start of the run in 18
of this run, right? Like this version of the Brewers, I think that's the amazing thing that we can't take for granted. I said it a million times in the last 10 years with the Bucks. Don't take for granted what this team is doing. We just can't take for granted that somehow we leave this Cubs series and the Brewers are sitting here, looking like at the end of May they're going to somehow be in first place again.
Oh yeah, that's where we're going to be.
Right, but you're you're like, of course that's where we're going to be. That is incredible. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, this is the best division, the deepest. I don't want to say it's the best division in baseball. It's the deepest division in baseball. And the Brewers, with injuries to, two of their top 3 starting pitchers.
Yeah.
I would put Priester in there.
Right? Or at the top,
from a year ago, yeah.
Right, 2 of their top 3. They're at the top of the deepest division in baseball again.
But I think you need to answer what was not posed as a question, but this idea that Gabe has about Tarek Skubal. Would you put him on the roster? It'd be a rental?
Yes, of course.
But for what it would cost, because obviously you're having to give up some of those minor league players who are, that's your currency.
Yes, and I don't know the minor league system. I'm Mr. All In, so I would absolutely. I still think CC Sabathia's number should have been retired, and if Skubal does what he needs to do, and he will pitch every third day, and I'll go.
Well, that's
retire.
the beauty. You don't need to have Skubal pitch every third day because you've got Miz and Harrison and Woody.
Yeah, no, I think the answer is of course, but I don't know the minor league system well enough to know what you're giving up.
Ultimately, the Brewers have the best minor league system in baseball. My guess is they would be reluctant to give up what it would probably take.
Well, the question is, if you're giving that up, are you giving that up for a number 4 power hitter who's going to be scary in the middle of the lineup who you rent, or would you do it for a pitcher? I think that's the question. If you're going to give up your biggest assets, does this team need that scary power hitting bat in the middle of it, or does it need one more intimidating arm in the rotation? That to me is the interesting question.
Yeah, and we don't know. The other fun part is we don't know who that bat could be.
Right.
I'm speculating that Skubal would be available because he's in the last year of arbitration. The Tigers aren't going to pay him, and he's injured right now, and the Tigers stink.
Yep. If that bat is. Gosh, who is that equivalent bat?
Well, I just pulled up a quick list. Top power hitting bats available in the free agent class. Kyle Tucker, Alex Bregman, Bo Bichette, Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, so those were all guys that signed big-time contracts.
Yeah.
Somebody had suggested Bo Bichette. He's too scary. He's got a $55 million player option for next year that I think would scare the Brewers away because they wouldn't want to pay
And
that.
he hasn't been great this year at all.
No, for the Matt Snoop.
Yeah, no. I was just at the Subway Series, and he is not. Right, like what they thought they were going to have with him around Soto, Lindor, right? That has not come to fruition. But if a Bregman type bat, let's just say,
yeah.
Bregman or Skubal, who would you rather add to this team?
Skubal.
I agree.
We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Craig, good
we're
chatting
having too
with
much
you.
fun.
You guys are having a great time. And this was the tweet conversation that I wanted to have, but I love that it has gone to the Skubal sweepstakes. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on right after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers, 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like Blaine's Farm and Fleet camp chairs. Buy one, get one 60% off. Save $50 on select Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Plus, Friday through Sunday, all veterans and active military get an extra 10% off their entire purchase. In honor of Memorial Day, Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores will be closed on May 25th.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
The NFL schedule dropped and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, and scores to settle. All the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you can win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the entire season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase is necessary. See websites for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Are you looking for an effective weight loss plan that works, an effective weight loss plan that lasts? That's where Milwaukee Weight Loss comes in. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm on that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. I've lost 40 pounds at this point. I'm down a couple pound sizes, and I am feeling my best. Many have found success and real results. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, bar shakes, no counting calories or points. No drug surgery or injections, just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
We put a few things on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exterior Twitter poll today. Has Jordan Love improved every year as the Packers' starting quarterback? 75% of people responding say, yes, he has. We put that one on the YouTube stream as well, and I believe at last check it was 65% of people. Right. 65% of people say, yes, Jordan Love has improved every season, and I do think that he should get more credit for that. Because it's one thing to come into the league ready to play at an NFL level, and it's another thing to realize that, I got to tweak this, I got to fix this, I got to do this, and it seems like Jordan has done a good job of that. And as you mentioned, the getting back to basics thing, Gabe, should serve him well.
Yeah, but in order to get that respect, it's about A, winning the division, and then B, having that postseason success.
Will the Packers' offensive line end up being one of the Packers' strengths this season? That prompted by the conversation that Joe Thomas had with Wilde and Tausch about Jordan Morgan, etc. No. 67% of people say no, it will not be one of the strengths this season. And we end with this. Is this weekend's Brewers versus Dodgers series at American Family Field a big series, quote unquote? 62% of people said, hell yes, it is. We'll see you at the ballpark. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Northbound off 41.